I think the most critical challenge in the short term right now is the liquidity of the value chain. The entire value chain pretty much runs the risk of total collapse because revenues are not flowing back down the value chain, and that's beginning to damage investor confidence. The sector debt level is so high, there's almost no chance of recovery at that level. And unless that fundamental issue is addressed, it's unlikely that future investments will be made. I think private investors will want to be assured that there's a sector that is bankable. When investments are made, services are delivered, revenues flow back, both on time and the right quantum of revenues. So I believe that that is probably the singular most important challenge that needs to be overcome now, so that there's sufficient liquidity in the market, and then other things can then build on top of that. First of all, for investor confidence, you need to be sure that when you make the investment, the revenues flow. But then also you want to be sure that all the appropriate governance and regulatory structures are there. So the delay in appointment of some boards or some key regulatory institutions create a sense of vacuum in the network. So people in the system, so investors may be uncomfortable not knowing really what is the prevailing regulatory arrangement or the implications of the absence of those. So a lot needs to be done to further engender investor confidence going forward, which, like I said, would include putting all the governance structures in place, putting all the regulators in place, and giving them the abilities to enforce. Well, I think the over time, the people who will be attracted to a particular sector would be people who understand the dynamics of that sector. I mean, gas is clearly different from oil. And what we're seeing is there's actually a lot of the players that we're seeing in the gas and power sector are not traditional oil players. So that segregation is beginning to take place, really. The big dilemma is in the upstream, where the oil players dominate in the asset holding, and so inevitably control supply, basically, but do not have a particularly strong interest in domestic gas. That's the area that needs to be unbundled. But once that is done, I think the value chain on its own basically is gradually growing with the people who are gas centric or power centric dominating it.